Hey guys, I'm Ava, and let's talk about Pokemon. Today, we are going to be talking about this bad boy right here. This is the Celebrations Ultra Premium Collection. I don't need to explain to you, I'm sure you already know what it is. But this product, I've been asked by a lot of people, and by a lot I mean a few, not that many people are watching my channel, but I have been asked whether or not I think it will be reprinted and whether I think it is worth it at the current market price. For the purpose of this video, we are going to say that's around $350, though you might be able to find it for cheaper, maybe like $300, depending on where you're looking and where you live. However, for this video, we're going to say it's $350. When it came out, it was probably around $350 as well, and then I think it peaked at about $400 and dipped down to maybe $250, somewhere around there. And I know I saw it on places like Zulu's for $250 for sure. So it was readily available at $250 for a little bit of time, but now it's all the way back up to $350. The question is this justifiable? This is a new product and it is going for almost 3 times MSRP, which for this is $120. So that is insanely expensive. And when I was first asked this, my immediate thought was, no, it's not worth it. However, I looked into it a bit more and it seems like it might be a bit more justifiable. But first, let's talk about the possibility of a reprint. I do not think that this will be reprinted, which is actually rather unfortunate. The first reason is the main one, which is that Celebrations is likely not going to be reprinted. The Pokemon Company sent out a few months ago a last call for Celebrations products saying that they wouldn't be restocked after, I believe it was February 26th. And obviously we are well into April now and we have not seen a reprint since then. And I don't think we will be. I think that just makes sense, seems obvious. But the second reason is also that this is a premium collection. The Pokemon Company doesn't normally like to reprint things like those. Here I have the Marnie Tournament collection. These are also things that they wouldn't want to reprint. A lot of times if there is collection in the title, they probably aren't going to want to reprint it. And I kind of like this. I think that's a good practice because it helps maintain the rarity of the item. You kind of know that what you're getting is a bit more exclusive, which is nice when you're a collector. You know, it's important to us as collectors. We care about rarity. We care about value and exclusivity. It makes us feel really good about ourselves. You know, we just love to know that we have shiny paper that nobody else does. I could see one potential for this being reprinted, which is that a lot of the people who got this aren't really people who are necessarily into Pokemon. It's a lot of scalpers. You know, this came out at the time when, you know, botting was probably at its peak, scalping was probably at its peak, and I think a lot of the people who did find these were people like that. You know, those people, I think a lot of them have probably already sold by now, but there's definitely still more out there with it. I really wish that this would get reprinted actually, even just like in retail stores so that some kids would actually have a chance to open this, because this is such an amazing product. If I had been able to open this as a kid, that would have been so amazing. Like imagining a kid getting to open this on Christmas morning. You know, it is really sad that that is what happened with a lot of these boxes, but I don't think there's any way to go back, and I don't think, even though that is the case, that it will be reprinted. So the second thing to talk about is the value of the box. I keep having to reshoot like every 5 minutes because the person next to me has an alarm that's been going off for 2 hours, which is mildly annoying. But we're first going to talk about the value of the box, the value of the contents inside right now. Then we're going to look at a longer term perspective, and then we're going to talk about collectability and personal goals. So I thought that this box must be overpriced for what's inside. However, I actually quickly went through and added up the prices of all the contents on TCG Player. I will quickly recite them to you. I am sorry for this in advance. The Charizard is going for about $135. The Pikachu is going for about $50. The gold non-metal Pikachu is going for about $25. The Pokeball is going for about $12. Those pins and the coin I think are going for about $10 combined on eBay. Though don't hold your breath, those are probably fairly hard to sell. The packs that are Celebrations packs, there are actually 17 in there, which is quite a bit, are going for about $85. It's about $5 a pack right now. Then there are 8 additional packs. So it's a total of 25 packs, which is actually really substantial. I valued these 8 additional packs at $24. And then we have the code card, which I just valued at $1. Now you might say that these prices are, you know, a bit high or whatever, but this is based off of TCG Player and TCG Player sales. You might be able to find it cheaper elsewhere, especially if you're looking at eBay, in person, Facebook groups, Reddit, whatnot. So do with that information what you will. Everything inside actually adds up to $342, which is so much more than I was actually expecting. The things have appreciated a little bit since I last looked, and you know, that's crazy considering that you might actually be able to get the box for less than this. So we were talking actually about in my last video how sealed products should always be worth more than the contents inside, than the expected value. And in this case, they're about equal. So to me, that means one of two things is true, or potentially both. Either the contents inside are overvalued, or what I usually tend to think is more likely is that the product itself is undervalued. It's very strange for me to say that about something that is $340, $350, and is less than a year old when it was originally $120, but it seems that that is the case. And, you know, that's kind of hard for me to embrace. I think maybe those promos shouldn't be valued quite as highly as they are, but I do understand it because they are so rare and so unique. So from a value perspective, this is actually a fair price to pay. But of course, this is assuming that the contents stay valuable. As I said, the contents inside could be overvalued. And if that's the case, they could drop down to something like $250 and we might see the box come down more. But the next question that we have to ask is, how is this gonna do in the long run, right? We're talking about the current price right now and the current value, but how will it appreciate in the long run? I had one commenter mention the Hidden Fates Ultra Premium Collection to me, which I do think is one of the better comps for this. You know, when we're looking at items like this, we always want to be talking about comps because they are a bit unique. So if we can find anything similar, it's very helpful. So the Hidden Fates Ultra Premium Collection is about $700, and this commenter asked, well, this one, you know, this Hidden Fates box isn't even $1,000 yet. Can we expect that the Celebrations box will do just as well? And I do want to say that I don't think the Hidden Fates box is nearly as ubiquitous as the Ultra Premium Collection. And as well, I think the contents in here are a bit more unique, if I'm being honest. The metal cards, we may see more metal cards from the Pokemon Company in the future, but I don't think that will be for a while, until we hit probably another milestone set, maybe the 30th anniversary, and even then, usually they like to mix it up. I don't think necessarily we're going to see metal cards quite like we did, and if so, maybe not as desirable. You know, it's hard to beat base set Charizard in terms of how iconic it is, but it is something that could happen later down the line. I don't think that would actually negatively impact the value of these. If anything, it would probably improve it because it would bring eyes back to that, assuming they aren't reprinting the same card, which obviously I don't think they will. You know, Hidden Fates is an iconic set, but this product is part of Pokemon history. It is the, you know, most premium product for the 25th anniversary, which is a major, major milestone. And the next biggest one would really be the 50th anniversary, maybe 40th. It's not coming for a long time. So I think that this is going to be something people remember, especially because it's something so many people wanted and weren't able to get. I myself was able to get one box. I got this one for about $180. And I personally am happy with that one box. But I do think that this has more potential than the Hidden Fates Ultra Premium Collection, just because the demand is so much higher. The supply is definitely higher, but I think that people are going to be willing to pay for this. I don't think it's the best looking product, if I'm being honest. I think the Hidden Fates box looks much cooler from a display perspective, but it is very cool to know that you have this product, which is kind of a stupid reason for it to appreciate in value, but I do think that's the case. Whether it'll get to $1,000 in a short period of time, like anytime in the next 5 years, I doubt. I can see it surpassing $500 in the next 5 years. However, once you hit $1,000, that price becomes pretty prohibitive and the buyer pool becomes much smaller because it is, you know, so expensive. And also because it's so new, some people aren't necessarily going to be willing to pay for that. The supply is so high that the market might not be able to absorb all of those boxes, you know, very quickly till it gets to $1,000. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I don't think this should be $1,000 in 5 years. That's actually crazy. That would be, you know, like 150% a year. Obviously, that's not accounting for exponential growth, but like that's still crazy. I don't think, or rather, I hope it doesn't hit $1,000 in the next 5 years, maybe sometime in the next 10 years. I could see that definitely happening, especially when we hit another major milestone. And I think in the next 10 years, there will probably be some other thing to bring another Pokemon boom, whether it's the anniversary or, you know, maybe there's another plague that goes around. It could happen. Now, with all that said, it seems like this product does have potential. I've seen a lot of people be quite bearish on it. And I myself was, and kind of still am, one of those people. I have a really, really hard time recommending this product when it is going for 3 times MSRP already. As I said, there's a lot of risk there. You know, a lot of times people are talking about upside potential, but it's so much more important to minimize downside risk. So if you're paying above 3 times MSRP for something like this or close to it, you don't really have any sort of margin of safety. You don't have, you know, any kind of net to fall on. It could drop to 120. I don't think it will, but it could happen. You know, it could drop to 250. I could totally see that happening so easily. You know, especially if a lot of people decide to offload them, I could see it coming down. I don't think that necessarily will happen, but I do have a hard time recommending it as an investment. Before you buy this as an investment, I would say to think about what else you could do with that $300, $350, whether it's investing in Pokemon cards, you know, other assets, some personal interest, pursuing a hobby, investing in your education, blah, 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 spending quality time with someone, making a great memory or something. Personally, I have 1 box of it and I'm not planning on buying anymore. So that should tell you how I really feel about it. I have this 1 box that I got at $180. I knew I needed 1 for my collection because I am a bit of a completionist. I just have to have 1 of every product that I like. Otherwise, you know, I feel incomplete. But, you know, I'm not going to be buying any more. I think you can if it's something you like. And if you don't have it, any of it, and you do want it, I think it's okay to pick it up because, as we talked about, the contents inside are a fair price, and even if it dips down, I think it will again continue in the long run to appreciate. That just seems so obvious to me. I don't see any way in which it won't because it is such a highly, highly desirable product. I don't know at what pace it will grow, but I believe that it will grow. So if you don't have one and you want one as a collector, I say go for it. If you want one as an investor, there's potential there. But I would say really think about it before you decide to invest this. Think about what else you could get for $350. You could get 2 boxes of Evolving Skies, 4 boxes of Fusion Strike, 4 boxes of Chilling Reign, 2 boxes of Fusion Strike, 1 box of Chilling Reign, 1 box of Battle Styles, some Pokemon Center ETBs. You could get 3 Celebrations Pokemon Center ETBs. That could be a good investment. There's so many things you could do. But, you know, again, this is kind of a cop-out answer because my answer is basically it depends. If you did enjoy this video, God knows why you would, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a like. Comment down below whether you have this box, and if you do, how much did you pay for it, and are you buying more? I think it's really interesting to see, and I just want to see kind of how my viewers feel about this product, you know? Maybe if everyone is saying they are buying it, maybe I'll hop on the train, or maybe I'll run for the hills. Who knows? If you do want to support my channel, I will have my Patreon linked in a pinned comment down below. Once we hit 25 members, we will be starting a community portfolio, which I think is really exciting. And if you were in my Patreon, you would have had access to a written post about this as well as the video ahead of time. So that's another reason. And if you don't want to join my Patreon cult, you can also support me in a way that is entirely free to you. You can click either my eBay or Amazon affiliate links in a pinned comment down below. If you click through them, I get a small percentage of the final value of the sale, and it doesn't cost you anything. You're just taking some money away from some evil companies. So I think it's a win-win. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for 1,500 subscribers. That's really exciting that we have already hit that milestone. And a special thank you to all of my patrons, especially the squad in my life. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys next time. That is so much more than I was expecting, considering that you can potentially get the box